What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and today I'm going to be giving you my 1-year review on Mortal Kombat 11. Now, why I'm making this video is because I've noticed something within a lot of video games, and that is people forget what happened in the game when the game was like really relevant and alive. People forget a lot of important details, good and bad. So I'm making this video to be like a reminder to myself and everyone what happened the first year in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I know that might sound obvious that some people forget, but you would be surprised about how much people forget within a year with these games. So let's get back to the video. This is going to be a 1-year review. Now, I want to say something also before I continue the video. Okay, this game has been out for a year, like I said. Within this game being out, I have gained 7,000 subscribers. And I want to take this video to say thank you to all of you. Matter of fact, all of my subscribers, obviously, for being here and supporting me for the year, and everybody that has found out about my channel this year. And with me saying that, I want to describe that I have nothing but appreciation for Mortal Kombat 11. Without this game, a lot of you would not even know about me. So, at the end of the day, I have appreciation for this game. Now, I'm making sure I make that clear because it might sound like I'm bashing this game in this review, but I'm not trying to bash this game at all. With Mortal Kombat 11, or with NRS in general, I know that they can make really great games, and I can see the potential in their games. My problem with everything, well, not everything, my specific problem with NRS games in the fighting game community is NRS games get treated like crap, basically. Or, I don't want to go that far, but to other fighting games, they look down on NRS. So, with that being said, my videos aim to take problems with the game and critique them in a way to where we can improve upon the game. My videos and this video are not meant to bash the game at all. But I'm going to keep it real. There are a lot of problems with this game. But let's talk about the good first before we get into that. Now, the good thing about Mortal Kombat 11 is, in my opinion, is the way that the game is played. I think the game plays very well, and I really love the pace of this game. A lot of people were worried about the pace of this game when pros got invited to this event, to where they all were able to play the game a little bit early, and all of them were just literally sitting back and zoning. So everybody thought that this game was going to be like Injustice 3, and that turned out not to be the case whatsoever. I like the pace of this game, and I think the pace of this game is very good. Second thing, the graphics, obviously. The game looks amazing. Like, this is probably the best looking fighting game to date. Like, 100%. Now, number 3. This one people might disagree with, obviously, but it's what you're seeing now, the story. I think that the story, for the most part, was really decent. A lot of people, now keep in mind, this is coming from somebody who's not deep into the lore of MK and really joined the NRS community at the release of Mortal Kombat 10. Yeah, when that game came out, that's when I really got into the community. So yeah, keep that in mind when I say the story is just okay. Like, but a lot of people really dislike the story, and I mean a lot of people, but I thought it was just fine. So that covers those 3 things. Now, we might come back to more of the good stuff later, if I can remember. If I can notice anything else that I forgot, I will mention that, but I don't think it is. Now, where people think I'm going to be bashing the game, but it's really not me bashing the game at all. I'm just keeping it real. This game has a lot of problems, and I'm about to start now. Okay. Keep in mind what I said at the beginning, everybody. MK11, when it came out, It was an unfinished game. And this game is still an unfinished game. And I say that with no type of animosity or anything. Like, you can literally, if you play this game on a consistent basis, you cannot genuinely say that you feel like this game is complete. You just can't. This game is an incomplete game. It was released incomplete. There's a lot of proof that it's incomplete, and that's just honestly a problem. We got a game that wasn't complete, but the thing is, everybody was whining for Mortal Kombat 11 to come out, and so that's what they did. They dropped it, and the game was not ready, and you can obviously tell. Now let's get into some of the release problems. First thing, the game came out with only 2 variations. We know that the game was meant to have 3 variations, but the game was literally not finished, and the variations came out months later. Second problem, the game came out with no gelling. If you don't know what gelling is, it is basically when you gel one move into another one. Most of the time it's off of your pokes. So a down 1, if you don't know what that is, let me talk for PS4. A down square, that's a poke. A button that you press after should be able to gel into that. When this game came out, gelling was non-existent, and it really affected a lot of characters. And that is a major mechanic of fighting games that should not be left out. But the game literally did not allow you to gel properly, and it was absolutely horrible. Okay, so those are the first 2 things. Third thing, the Kombat League. Oh wait, we're not gonna get into that. Those are the release problems. Let's get into some more problems with the game. Third problem, the game came out. Oh, Kombat League came out a couple months after the game was released, and Kombat League is a hot mess. I have a whole, I think, 40-minute rant on the Kombat League, and that that mode is just horrible. It is the worst ranking system that I have ever dealt with in any game. Like, it's horrible. If you want to know why, go check out my 40-minute long rant on it. That crap is just terrible. With the Kombat League came the Kombat League glitch, to where some people, after they lost, they could do a glitch to where basically you had to leave, and if you didn't leave, you would just be stuck there, like, infinitely. So yeah, we found out how to get around the glitch to these freaking pathetic people that would try to keep you there because you beat them. We found a way to deal with it, but it was only for PS4, and it was just ridiculous that we had to go through that. And this video is also me talking about the stuff we had to go through too within this year. Then the OS glitch. In case you don't know, now the Kombat League glitch is gone, obviously. Now let's get into the OS glitch. The OS glitch is a glitch that essentially allows you to make everything you do safe. It's basically you put in a certain input that allows every string that you do to be safe, because you can OS it. If you don't know what that is, I also have a video about that. I'm going to have to link a lot of videos in the description, basically how that whole OS thing works. But that is a major glitch, and it's still in the game. It hasn't been fixed to this point. Somebody could have mastered it by now and been out there doing the glitch, and people just have casually forgot about the glitch. The glitch is amazing, and if you don't understand how like ridiculous that glitch is, with that glitch, essentially you can make Sub-Zero's overhead safe, and you can make it to where every time Sub-Zero does an overhead, he can have it be safe, or if you get hit, it'll do the full combo. So yeah, that glitch is crazy. It makes for 50-50 characters, that glitch is their dream. So yeah, the OS glitch, that was another thing. Then the mechanics of this game. The mechanics of this game are just simply not good. Nobody likes the mechanics of this game. Nobody who plays this game at a high level to, like, you know, a lot of the pros even, they don't even like the mechanics as well. I've only seen maybe one pro talk about that he likes one mechanic, and that was breakaway. The mechanics of this game are simply just a step in the wrong direction. Breakaway is not good. Wake up roll isn't good. Having to get meter over time is not good. The mechanics of this game are absolutely terrible, and I recently have made a video on that, and these mechanics just need to be, in my opinion, overhauled. Give the game some new life, because I get what they were trying to do with these mechanics, give people some type of options, but the mechanics are just not great. The only mechanics that I like personally, in my opinion, and that I think is fair, is the fact that everybody has access to a wake up. I think that that was a good mechanic. But with that being given, they took away armor, and taking away armor has let pressure characters such as Jackie, Johnny, and Lou run wild in this game, because there's no armor to stop you from to check all the plus frames that you have to eat from those characters to check them with. You can't check them with no armor anymore. So I also made a video talking about that. Like, a lot of these things I have discussed on my channel. So yeah, let's get back into it. I've lost count of the problems now, to be honest, but like I said, I'm not bashing the game. I'm just simply talking about everything that has happened this year that we've had to go through, and my personal feelings about a lot of things in this game. But I don't want y'all to think I'm bashing it, because I'm really not. These are just problems that I feel like will be and can be addressed, because at the end of the day, whatever people say about NetherRealm, they end up listening at some point, and it's been proven time and time again. So yeah, let's get back into it. First to two, the format. Now, the rank before Kombat League came out was first to three, and I love first to three. First to three is amazing. First to three gives you enough time to adjust to your opponent. It gives you like the perfect amount of matches where people can't just flood you with excuses. Like, you beat somebody 3 times, you beat them 3 times. It's not one time or 2 times. It's like, I think 3 times, not 3 times. I think that the format being first to 3 for the longest was amazing, and then they changed it to first to 2 to go along with tournaments. I think that is personally, and this is just personally, I don't feel like it's the biggest problem, but it's my personal biggest problem with the game. First to 2 is absolutely trash. It is a horrible way to have a fight set up, and a lot of people don't like first to 2. I am one included. Like, it is just terrible. First to 2 sucks, and that's all there is to say about it. Like, if you defend first to 2, it is what it is, but first to 2 format is catered more to people who want to get away with a lot of things instead of, you know, outplaying their opponent and adjusting to their opponent, you know, all that good stuff. People who like first to 2, in my opinion, just, well, not all people obviously, but most of the people who tend to like that just want to get away with stuff, do gimmicks and all of that, but that isn't the way a fighting game should be played, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, that's my opinion on the first to 2. But I personally don't like that it was changed, and that's something that has happened that has affected people. So that's why it's being mentioned in this video. Now, this part is going to get a little iffy, because I'm going to have to make a whole video on this. Because I just mentioned them, but I'm mentioning them again. The developers. Now, NRS developers, they care. But with this game, obviously, they do not care as much. This is not me saying this to bash them. I'm actually going to be talking about why I think they don't care as much. They know that they have a toxic fan base. They literally have made a a tower named Toxic Fan Base recently. They know that they have a toxic fan base, and they are starting to act different because of it, in my personal opinion. That's why I think that the devs are starting to care a little less about the game. Now, am I saying it's right that they are starting to care less about the game? No, but I'm just saying I understand where it is all coming from. Because basically, everything that is in this game, for the most part, is a lot of stuff that people whine for. A lot of the things that people whine for is in this game now, and now people are complaining about, and I'm more talking about the mechanics. Now people are complaining that it's in the game, and that is just one thing. But basically, what NRS does is give people what they want, and when people get it, they still complain. So I'm pretty sure at this point, they just don't give a crap anymore, or care less about all this stuff because they're just tired of dealing with it. That's my personal opinion on how I feel that they feel by now. And one person might say, can you blame them? If you have this community that keeps asking for things and you keep giving them these things and then they still complain, what can you do at that point? MK11 is the end result of what a lot of pros whined about. And I'm not just talking about pros when I say people complain, but MK11 is the result of what a lot of pros wanted. They wanted this specific game, and now that they got it, and I'm not gonna name drop, even though I really want to, but two specific people, and it wasn't just two specific pros, but off the top of my head, I'm thinking of two of them. Now that they got everything that they wanted from this game, they don't like the game. So that is just how I feel about the devs and everything. I feel like this game would be better if the devs were not surrounded by a lot of yes men in this community, because there are a lot of people in this community that are figureheads and they're just yes men to the people in NRS without telling them how the game really is and actually giving them real criticism. They don't want that, you know, I don't want to say, no, I'm not going to say that, but they don't want, you know, the relationship that they have with the higher ups at NetherRealm to be tainted. So they don't mention the true problems with this game. They don't talk about the problems with this game at all. And then the game just gets left in the state it is now. And right now, I'm actually going to get to the rating, but I think that this game is a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10. The game is just simply unfinished. Am I saying the game is horrible? No, I think the game is just decent and okay, but a lot of people think the game is horrible. It's no in between with Mortal Kombat 11. People think it's either horrible or the best thing ever. I think it's incomplete and okay. I feel like with more time, this game can be very, very amazing, and that's what I want to see for this game. I want to see this game on top. I want to see this game at a point to where these other fighting game communities, these other games from the fighting game community can't just ridicule and bash the game like that. I want to see MK at the top, and honestly, I feel like you can get there if they just, you know, work on the game some more and actually complete the game. So that's what I feel about it, everybody. And now, to another problem, the hitbox issues. The hitbox issues in MK are like, actually, they're unexcusable. They're absolutely horrible, and it's just straight up just not right. The hitbox issues of this game. Like, if you played this game consistently for a year, I shouldn't even have to tell you this, but the hitbox issues are just a joke. Like, that might sound like bashing, but you will take that as you will. It is just terrible. Like, a lot of situations where you shouldn't get hit by certain moves, you get hit by them. I was actually thinking about making a big compilation clip of hitbox issues, but I feel like I missed my opportunity to do that because there are so many moments that I could have used, but I didn't save the video because I didn't have the idea at the time. But the hitbox issues in this game are just absolutely crazy. Like, if you have played this game, you know, it's just ridiculous. Now, that's it, everybody. That is all the problems with MK11 in my opinion. Now, you might be thinking, well, with all these problems, why do you think the game is just decent or okay? You must think the game's horrible. I don't think that at all, because another thing of me keeping it real, this game is better than the last MK. It's not more fun, but it is a better game, a better package of a game. And I feel like they did a good job on a lot of things that, you know, mattered, but they honestly did a worse job with not making sure the game was complete, in my personal opinion. But yeah, everybody, that's pretty much everything I have to say about MK11. This game can be great, and I do think one day that this game will be great, but as of now, honestly, this game is just simply, for the most part, incomplete. But what it did get right, it got really, really right. And what it did get wrong, they just got it very, very wrong. Like, I know it sounds like, oh, that's just a simple analogy, but it really is. This game, it is a simple game, and that was a simple analogy for a simple game. I think both of those things combined this game. I think both of those things combined just even everything out, and I think this game is, like, you know, for the most part, a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10. But hopefully it's not like that forever, and hopefully we get like a big rehaul or something, because I want this game to do well. I don't want them to kill the game off in a year like they did with Injustice 2. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll show you my new end screen here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch and my Patreon, and Nickopz out.